Hi everyone, my name is Sydney Flores, and my presentation today is going to be on the boy band One Direction. On the agenda is a brief history of the band, a timeline, some facts, and where are they now. So here's a brief history of them. 4 out of the 5 members are from England or the UK, and then there's a 5th member, and he's from Ireland. As we can see, we have Harry Styles from Holmes Chapel, Zayn Malik from Bradford, Niall Horan from Dublin, Louis Tomlinson from Doncaster, and Liam Payne from Wolverhampton. So how did One Direction start? Each member of One Direction first auditioned on X Factor UK in 2010. They each did really well until they got to almost the end, and basically they were not good enough on their own to keep going, but they were also too good to kick off the show. So Simon Cowell decided to make an executive decision and create One Direction. They were created on July 23rd, 2010. Unfortunately, they did not win X Factor UK, but they did place 3rd and still went on to become one of the biggest boy bands in history. So here's a timeline, and we can see One Direction forms on X Factor in July of 2010. In November of 2011, they released their first album, Up All Night, in the UK. And each year until 2015 of November, they released a new album. And in total, they have 5 albums together. In February of 2012, What Makes You Beautiful was released in the United States as a single, and that is when the band really began to take off, and they started getting attention from all over the world and not just the UK and, England. Next, we have March 2015, which is when Zayn left the band, and realistically, that was the beginning of the end for One Direction because they weren't One Direction anymore. They were missing one of their primary and original members. They still went on to make one more album without Zayn. It's called Four. But that was the last album before they announced their hiatus in December of 2015. They said that they were going to be gone for 18 months, but it has been way longer than 18 months. It's been years since, December of 2015. So here are some quick facts about the band. So Midnight Memories was the best-selling album around the world in 2013. It was their 3rd album, and it sold 4 million copies in less than 2 months. Where We Are Tour was the highest grossing concert tour of 2014. According to Forbes, this stadium tour brought in $290 million in revenue. Now keep in mind, this is just one tour for one album, and they have 5, which they did do world tours for each one of their albums. And I was actually blessed enough to attend the Where We Are tour in Houston at the NRG Stadium on August 22nd of 2014. So they also broke multiple Guinness World Records. They broke the record for most followers on Twitter, most popular dance game track. Their song What Makes You Beautiful was put on Just Dance. Most subscribers for a band on YouTube. First group to debut at #1 with their first 4 albums in the US. First UK group to debut at #1 in the USA with the debut album. But this is because they released What Makes You Beautiful before they released the album in the United States. Highest debut by UK group on US singles chart. And at the very bottom, we can see a few of their accolades. So they've won 7 Brit Awards, 6 Billboard Music Awards, 7 American Music Awards, and 4 MTV Music Awards, and 28 Teen Choice Awards. Now they currently hold the most Teen Choice Awards to ever have been, given out. Now, where are they now? Harry is a solo artist, and he recently gave a Coachella performance and announced his third solo album. Zayn is also a solo artist. He has 3 studio albums. He used to be married to Gigi Hadid, who was a model, and they had a daughter, but they recently separated. Niall is also a solo artist. He has 2 studio albums. He is not dating anyone and hasn't been, to my knowledge. Liam is also a solo artist. He has 1 studio album. He was previously engaged to Thomas J. Henry's daughter, who is a really big lawyer here in San Antonio, Texas. And he also has a son with Cheryl, who used to be a judge on X Factor. His name is Bear Payne. And lastly, we have Louis, also a solo artist. He only has 1 studio album as well, and he has a child as well. I would say the individual who's been the most successful since the split of One Direction has to be Harry, for sure. And he's really, really discovered himself and his music since leaving the band. Here are a few of my sources for those facts I was mentioning earlier. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation, and have a good afternoon.